It's Kathy Clement with Kathy by Design, and I am here today to finish up this sweet little folio that we started building on Throwback Thursday. Once again, we're making a tea party in a box folio using Graphic 45's Cottage Life, and it's coming along beautifully. We finished up on Thursday this little flap section with all of these, and I did add some postage stamps here, but I will just show you they're only glued down here to the border. And then I tucked in this little folded images from the 8x8 collection back behind those. So that's kind of a cute feature. And I think we did this together. I can't remember. It seems like yesterday was a long time ago. Anyway, I took these 3 images. I think these are from the 12x12 and scored between and put them in this pocket along with this journal card. So everything else is pretty much the same, but we did all of this and built the folio base. So today we're going to finish this last page over here. We're going to do the box pocket, the front, and the cover. So we have a lot to get done. I want to just jump right in. Over here, I took this die cut, put a magnetic disc behind it, matted it on our blush cardstock, and now this is a magnet. And I don't have anything here that I can show you. Oh, there, see, magnet. So that goes on this page. I also created, I just took this panel from the 12x12 and stitched it onto our blush cardstock and then a little bit of the green from the patterns. Well, I stitched it onto the blush and then glued it onto the green from the patterns and solids, punched a hole in the top. So now we've got a sweet little bookmark and another one of those lovely little charms to go there. Then I created a pocket with gussets. This is just I'm working with scraps, which if you followed me for any length of time, you know that is what I do. So if you have a piece big enough, use that. But I created a pocket. This is 3.5 by 2.5, and then I just added these little gussets, these little folded bits of paper, and this is our pocket for this page. So we're going to put our adhesive down. And let me just real quickly, with liquid adhesive, less is more. And that is one of the reasons why I use the Dries Clear. I don't get anything, like I don't get any perks from working with it. I work with it because in my mind, it is the very best adhesive on the market. So I love it. Then I took this little, well, I don't want to get ahead of myself. So this goes in the pocket and it's going to stick up over the top, but it's going to look fine. And then the magnet goes in the pocket. Then I took this little die cut from the die cut package and I split it in half. And this image also from the die cut package. And I'm just going to put these back behind. This goes at the top of our pocket, so it's cut to whatever it was I said the pocket width is. Just like this. And then we're just going to glue this down on the pocket. Just like that. Which brings us to the box pocket in the center. And I've set this up. This is cut out from the 12 by 12 cut apart page, a little border strip. This is a butterfly from the die cut page. And I put all my little goodies in here. Now, many of you have asked me, please, please do a tutorial to show us how you wrap your stuff. And the answer is no. And the reason is I never do it the same way twice because I'm working with scraps. So whatever I happen to have and whatever idea happens to pop into my crazy head, that is what I do. This time I added a seed packet. So, and I had to create this little envelope for it because the seed packet just clashes with everything, but this looks pretty. So basically what I did was I laid my seed packet down on a piece of 8 by 8 paper, and I scored about 1 inch below and 1 inch above. I scored on either side. The width, I think I kept right at the 8 inches. And then I folded this up and glued it together. So these are all really basic. And then I just put a little sticker on the back. I used shaped scissors to cut along the base. And then this goes in here. Also, if I did a tutorial, if I did a step-by-step for absolutely everything in here, you know, we grow old together, all right? So half the fun of this is you get the idea and then you execute it in a way that works for you. I put a journaling card in here so you can write a note. Here are the cookies. And I basically just try to cover up the red band. So I try to find a piece of paper that is that width. I wrap it around. I do hot glue on the back and then put a sticker on it. It's like really simple. Think of wrapping Christmas presents. It's just like wrapping presents. Here is a little tea sachet, and I'll go over this with you quickly because it's a little different. I made a belly band, and then I wanted 2 tea bags in here because this is like a deluxe tea party in a box. And I cut a piece of my blush cardstock to, it's about 5 5/8. But really what I did, again, was I just laid my tea bags down on the paper and went, okay, I need it to be like this. I scored 2 1/8 inch lines on the spine so that it would fold nicely. And then the little panels that cover it are 2 5/8 by 3 1/8. So this is like, it ends up being 3 1/4 tall by 2 3/4 wide. And then I just made little pockets, just like we always make our pockets. So this is not rocket science, you guys. Then I just wrapped a piece of my blush cardstock around it, folded over the sides, cut scraps of my designer paper to cover it, and put the sticker on. Pretty simple, really. Use your imagination. It's a wonderful thing. Same with the chocolate. I just kind of measured the width and I cut the paper, whatever scrap I have on my desk. And sometimes I don't wrap it. Sometimes I put it in unwrapped. So there's that. Here I just put, instead of a flag, I just wrapped a piece of paper around these 2 honey sticks because we have 2 tea bags, so we need 2 honey sticks. And all of this goes in here with a little spoon. And I had it in there better. Sometimes you have to move this around to make everything fit properly, because it gets kind of the, there we go, just like that. All right, so there's the box pocket, and I'll work on that later. All right, so that brings us over here. And what I started noticing was that I keep checking my pages, right? Will they close? Will they close? Will they close? And that's why I had to kind of rearrange this a little bit. And I'm just going to move these out of here because otherwise they'll keep falling out while we're working, and that's annoying. Oh yeah, and I put a border strip up here at the top. So, sticker, just cut to fit. Here's our pocket. We can't do anything very bulky in this pocket because as I mentioned already, our folio is getting very, very full. So I cut 4 5¼ inch squares of this blue floral from the Patterns and Solids. Then I'll show you, this is how I do a belly band. It's technical, so pay attention. I'm only going to show you this once. I lay it over here. I mark it with my thumb on this side. I mark it with my thumb on that side. That allows it to fold over. I line it up on the back. So I make sure everything is nice and straight. Do you see how easy this is, people? This is simple, simple crafting. There's nothing hard about this. And you know, I don't have any background in art. I spent most of my life changing diapers and wiping runny noses and cooking dinner and doing laundry. And I didn't take any classes to learn what I do. I just started playing with paper. This is like an aside. This is a rant, but it's a good rant. So don't be angry with me. Don't be afraid to play. Don't be afraid to waste a little paper even. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to try something new. Don't be afraid to follow up an idea that you have in your own head. It is what makes this such a joyous pursuit, playing with paper. So I'm going to stick this journal card in here. Here's, rant over. Here's a sticker I matted on cardstock, and I want this to be in the center of my belly band. And just lay that down like that. All right. Let me wipe this off a little bit. Even though this glue dries clear on these die cuts, it leaves kind of little smudges, and I don't want that. And then this goes in the pocket. See how nicely that fits? And it doesn't add too much bulk. So if you don't want to do photos here, here's a great idea. Like if you were giving this to your mom or your grandma or a sister, pictures from your childhood, and then write memories on the back. That would make this such a meaningful little gift. All right, then to dress up our pocket, from the 8x8, I cut this out as one panel from the cut apart page. And then I just scored between these 3 images and folded an itty bitty paper clip to hold it. And we're going to glue, whoops, where'd my glue go? Here it is. We're going to glue just this little panel down like this, because then you can open this up, right? So that's kind of a fun thing. And then this is from the die cuts. And I'm just going to tuck this like this, just to kind of ground it on the page. And then I have, I thought I had 2 butterflies, but anyway, I'm going to take this die cut butterfly. Probably lost it flinging this around. And I'm going to put it right here. So that finishes this. So now the inside is done. All right. The next thing I want us to do before we go any further is to apply score tape to the front and add our ribbon. So I'm using 1/2 inch score tape. And I've got this blue back here, which I really do like. It's beautiful. But I think I want to go with pink ribbon. And I chose a 1.5 inch wide piece of ribbon. So I'm putting my score tape down and around the side and oops, across the back. Oops. And then I'm going to come back and do it again right about here. And I get my score tape from Really Reasonable Ribbon, just so you know. Okay, I'm burnishing this down. Now, I'm going to bring in my ribbon. I chose this pretty pink Silky Crush. And I'm going to leave it long, right? It's actually a little too long, and I know that, but I'd rather have my ribbon too long than too short, because too long you can trim, too short you're up the creek. All right. Just wrap this right around. All right. And then come in. And I'm going to fold this over. And cut. And fold this over. And cut. All right. Now we can add our spine. And I cut a 3" by 6" piece of this pretty stripe. And what I'm going to do is, well, let me do it this way. And this is a little tricky because, you know, there we go. So I'm going to bring I just kind of marked that where I need to score it. So it's about 2 1/8. And then we know our spine is 3/4 of an inch wide. So I'm going to score it again right there. I'm going to put this, hold on, let me move this out of the way. Okay. So this long side is going to go on the front because it's going to be underneath our cover. But this is what this is going to look like. And this is how I put this down. Start with the spine. Line it up. Press it into place. Okay. Now come in. Put your adhesive on this flap. And on that back flap. All right. And that glue just needs a minute to set up. So we're going to set this aside and we're going to start working on our cover. All right. You can see I've kind of laid it out. This is what I like to do before I glue anything down. So I'm going to move all these things off. This is that original 5 7/8 by 5 7/8 inch square of our text page from the Patterns and Solids. And I glued that onto a 5 7/8 by 5 7/8 inch panel of 110-pound cardstock to create a sturdy cover. I wanted the cover to be a little, I wanted to really add some weight to the cover. Then I cut this, I believe this is 4 3/4 inches. Where's my ruler? Actually, it's 5 by 5 inch square of our rose floral, and it goes this way from the 12 by 12. And I stitched the lace underneath this panel and onto the prepared cardstock. And then because my corners were not quite as neatly mitered as I wanted them to be, I added some pink buttons in the corners to cover up my little boo-boos. And I can see right here I need to add some glue. And tuck that in there. There, perfect. Okay, all right. All right, then I took this strip of the stripe and I cut it to 4 3/4 inches wide by 2 inches high and matted it on a slightly larger piece of the patterned paper. This is just a scrap, right? Which you guys know, that's how I roll. I like to clean up my desk and use my scraps as much as possible. So this goes down right in the middle as a belly band. Then I went into the title page on my 8 by 8, and I used my precision trimmer to trim out this image of the little gardening girl. I matted this on a slightly larger piece of blush and a slightly larger piece of the blue patterns and solids. Actually, I had to piece this together, as you can see, because I was all out of this blue and I wanted the blues to match. So I'm going to add a little bit of foam tape to the back of this so that it will sit nicely over the belly band, just on the top and the bottom. And then I'm going to put adhesive everywhere else. And I want this right in the center and sitting kind of low on the page. So there we go. There's that. Then I cut the postage stamps from a scrap, and we're going to tuck these in. Like this. And I may add just a touch of actually, I think we're okay without foam tape. And see, this one I had kind of not messed up. I cut part of it out, making another layer. So this is going to go just like this. All right. Now I have this precious, beautiful board from Rene Bouquets. And I want this to sit sort of like a crown over our image. I just think it's beautiful. But we need to put a little bit of foam tape along the top so that it will sit level. So I'm going to test this out and see if that's enough or if I need to add another piece. But I think that is good. So I'm going to peel this off and and then I want to position this. It's going to stick up slightly above, but look how sweetly this frames this image. And these two pieces just go together so well. I was tickled when I found this. Then I've got this beautiful Aurora, pink Aurora butterfly. And we're going to glue it right here. Isn't that beautiful? And then I also used my precision trimmer to trim out this sentiment from, it sits right underneath this image. We're going to put a little foam tape on the outside edge. Well, I don't know where that went, but I'll just cut another piece. It'll probably show up on my clothes or something. All right. There's always glitter or sequins, or my husband says, everywhere you go, you leave a little sparkle. So this goes down right here. Okay. Just like that. And it goes actually up over the bottom of our little frame. Ah, see, there it is. I told you it would turn up. All right. Let me make room and we'll add the flowers. I brought in a selection of these pretty pink, creamy yellow, and dusty blue flowers from Renee Bouquets, and also some of her leaves. So the first thing I do when I'm laying out a floral design is I place a leaf. And that kind of like sets the stage. And I'm going to take let's see. I like to create a little cluster near the top. And you can twist these together or not. Okay. So I'm going to put this down first. And then this yellow rose right here. And then I'm going to tuck this pink one in. It's just a little rosebud. Okay. So now I want my focal flower. So that's going to be kind of bigger. And I think I want blue. Nope, actually I want pink. Yep. Okay, so that's going to go right there. Just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to put this yellow rose going that way. And then I'm going to open this one out. I want it open, not closed up, not cupped. So I'm going to snug this in right here. That looks good. And I need just one more flower to finish this off. And I think I'm just going to go with this little blue rose. And this is going to tuck in just like that. So we've created sort of a circular, you know, like a crescent. I might put one more small yellow up at the top just to round this out. Okay, so see how we have that little circular shape? That's really pretty for flowers. All right, we need another leaf. I'm gonna have to get some more leaves from Renee. I'm just about out. go. Yes, I like that very much. I've tied a 3-inch bow with pink wrinkled ribbon. And I'm going to tuck this in right under my focal flower, like that. And then I have a little leaf right here. I'm going to tuck in underneath. Oops. All right, I don't think I need to add anything else here. I might just come in with a few of her little beautiful beads and scatter them around, or maybe sequins, just to, you know, flush this out a little bit. But I love this. I think it's beautiful. And this will go on our cover. Let me clear my desk and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I want to add a little dangle charm to our spine to finish it off. And I've just taken my punch and punched down, I don't know, maybe 1/4 inch. And I'm going to take a length of my wrinkle ribbon. I'm going to fold it in half, put it through the hole, and then pull these legs through the hole like this. All right, and then I'm just going to tie a very simple over and under knot like that. Then I have this vintage safety pin. I used to get them at Really Reasonable Ribbon, but I think there's other places you can get them. So, and I created a dangle charm using jump rings and charms from my stash. And I'm going to hook this. I probably should have done this before I tied that knot. That would have been clever. Okay, there we go. All right, so this hangs down like this. And now I'm going to tie this into a bow. Oops. And I'll come back with a really tiny flower to go on top of that bow. Okay, so there's that. I love dangle charms. I'm probably going to add a sticker to the back, and my cover still is not glued dry yet, but this is what it will look like when it's all done. How pretty is that? So that is our Mother's Day tea party in a box. And I just want to say this. I know a lot of us are missing our mothers, or maybe we had moms that weren't so great to celebrate. I hope you've found a way to forgive and move on from painful memories of your childhood. I was blessed with a wonderful mom, and she died in 2005. I still really miss her, but I still love to celebrate Mother's Day because I remember her. And one of you had posted in the comments on my blog that you were going to make this for your sister and call her on the phone, and you were going to reminisce about your mom together over a cup of tea. I can't tell you how much I love that idea. You know, remember the good, remember the beautiful, remember the positive. And even if you didn't have a great mom, maybe there was someone in your life who stepped into that spot. Remember them. Maybe send them a little love. Maybe you have a sister or a neighbor, or maybe you have a neighbor who doesn't have a mom. Be a mom to her. Find a way to celebrate this beautiful day. Motherhood is a beautiful thing and a powerful force in the earth for good. So I was kind of soapboxy today. Sorry, guys. I apologize, but these are things that are close to my heart. But I wish each and every one of you a blessed, happy, joyful Mother's Day. And thanks for joining me here. Go get your craft on. Bye.